As Gazprom could soon get a foothold in the Canadian energy market, Gazprom and Petro-Canada are talking a multi-billion-dollar deal. But a lawyer for the former chief executive of Yukos Oil in Russia has a warning about doing business with that country. Dave Sims reports.
Robert Amsterdam doesn't mince words.
Russia is the most corrupt industrialized country on earth.
Amsterdam gained fame as the Canadian lawyer for Mikhail Khodorkovsky, the former Russian oligarch now serving 9 years in prison on charges of fraud and tax evasion.
Mr. Khodorkovsky is in many ways a hostage, not the least of which because he wanted to bring Russia into the world economy.
Amsterdam accuses the Russian leadership of holding Europe hostage to its power as its preeminent energy supplier. Amsterdam has a particular warning for Calgary-based Petro-Canada, which hopes to hear within days if it has a partnership with Gazprom, Russia's biggest company and the largest producer of natural gas in the world, on a $3.5 billion project that would include importing natural gas from St. Petersburg to a terminal near Quebec City.
Gazprom has been engaged in stealing the assets of every partner it's had.
Petro-Canada has said its investors are not concerned.
We don't get a lot of questions on that, quite frankly. I think people understand perfectly well where the Russians sit in the political sphere. And I would say, particularly dealing with Gazprom, you take a lot of the risk out that you might otherwise have in dealing with the private sector in Russia.
It stole BP's assets in Kovicta. It stole Shell's assets in Sakhalin. I need to understand how Petro-Canada thinks it's got more leverage than BP and Shell.
Amsterdam's solution? Canadians should do business in Russia, but with the thousands of Russian companies that are not under the heel of the Kremlin. Dave Sims, CBC News, Calgary.